If you didn't hear the news, Hollywood heartthrobs Ryan Reynolds and Rob McElhenney have lived out every football fan's childhood dream and bought a club. The two actors have bought Welsh club Wrexham, who currently ply their trade in non-league football, but due to the power of mods, we have got the National League in FIFA 21, and we're going to help Reynolds and McElhenney live out their dreams and make Wrexham champions of Europe. Grab your snacks, grab yourself a drink, get ready for a monster rebuild gone Hollywood. If you guys are excited for today's video, it's going to take a long time. Make sure you leave a like on the video. Also, if you are new around here, make sure you bloody scorpion kick that subscribe button down below. Ladies and gentlemen, if you have not seen a rebuild video in the past, here are the rules. The objective of the rebuilds are to win the UEFA Champions League final. All games in the rebuild are simulated. We cannot use the new jump in feature in rebuilds. The Champions League final, however, must be played. And of course, do not get butthurt if I sell your favorite player. There's the rules and objectives. Now it's time to jump into the rebuild. I'm changing up Mr. Rebuild today. Since we're going Hollywood, we're ditching the suit jacket and rocking ourselves a leather jacket. But getting into it, this is the side that we have got to start off this rebuild here with Wrexham, the Welsh club, looking to make our way up the English footballing pyramid. Huge shout out as well to Summers Gaming, who did put this mod together. But clearly, we have got a long way to go in this rebuild if we have any chance of making ourselves the champions of Europe. Going to start this rebuild off with an improvement in between the sticks, signing the Croatian goalkeeper Renato Josipovic from Dinamo Zagreb here for £620,000. You guys know what it is. An Australian player always has to come into a monster rebuild. It's just something I always love to do. But we have signed Seb Pasquale here from Western United for £440,000. Rob Langton, the first player to depart this Hollywood rebuild, off to Hartlepool for £190,000. And Luke Young is also out of the club. He's off to Halifax Town for £210,000. Ryan Reynolds is Canadian, so it feels right to get ourselves a Canadian player in this rebuild. Jaden Nielsen, a young Canadian winger, signing here from Toronto FC for a club record £870,000. I think I'll have to work on getting ourselves a player from Philadelphia for Rob McElhenney as well, because I'm pretty sure he is from Philadelphia. Unless I've been watching too much It's Always Sunny. Back into the business, however, Sean Pearson off to Dagon Red for £105,000. And the clean out continues as Mark Carrington departs the club. It's a bank breaker, £80,000 in the back pocket here as we sell bloody the 33-year-old winger Rutherford. But there we go, lads. A pretty busy start to life here at Wrexham AFC. Some big name players into the starting 11. Hopefully going to have them for a long while we make our run up the English footballing pyramid. But let's go check out what the side is looking like now. So here's the team getting the training up, getting morale almost fully up on a lot of players, which is a good start. Really not too certain on what to expect from this first season. I don't know if we're a promotion candidate or if we're bottom of the pile, so we're gonna have to wait and see and find out whether we are pushing for promotion into League 2 at the end of this season. Okay, so on the 1st of January, halfway through the season, we are currently sitting 9th in the National League, 39 points, only 2 points out of the playoffs though, which is a big opportunity. Really want to get ourselves up into the playoff spots and see what we can do there. Going to look to get some more business done here in the January transfer window, however, as Jay Harris is off to Sutton United for £135,000. And we have decided to invest young and invest early here. Really want to get dynamic player potential into players while I can. So we've sourced out this young English striker, Ricky Jade Jones, who is signing here for £1 million from Peterborough. So there we go, Harris out and Jones in. Hopefully Jones can help us bang a few goals in and make a push potentially for promotion. We are in the playoffs. Getting out of National League's hard because first place, which in this scenario is Notts County, are automatically promoted, but then it's a battle between 2nd and 7th for the final promotion spot. At the other end of the table, however, Dover, Kings Lynn, and Aldershot are all down the bottom. We have made it past the first round of the playoffs as we take down Eastleigh 2-1, but it is not League 2 football. It is not promotion here in Season 1, as we've lost on a penalty shootout to Stockport in the playoff semis. Stockport have lost at the final hurdle, however, as Sutton United are headed up to League 2 just like they've done in real life. A new trophy that we get from being in the National League to compete in is the FA Trophy, which this year goes to Yeovil Town, which is surprising given they were pretty low down on the table. Liverpool have won the Champions League, and it is Leipzig winning the Europa League. So there we go, lads. Season number 1 of the Hollywood rebuild with Wrexham AFC done and dusted, laying the foundations. As a good quote once said, Rome wasn't built in a day, and we're gonna make that come true today. Promotion is the goal here in season number 2, and we are coming out quick as we have signed Ben Jackson from Huddersfield. He's making a massive drop, but he's looking to get a lot more game time. Ben Jackson coming to Wrexham for £1.6 million. And Elliot Durrell has been sold to the club that beat us in the playoffs last season. Elliot Durrell is headed to Stockport, whilst Jeffrey is headed to a club, Argaz Pietecki, I guess they're Polish. He's headed there. Good luck. And we have replaced him with a big signing here, trying to get a young English core of talent into the club. Should probably try adding a few Welsh people in there, but they don't really have that many high potential players in FIFA this year. But we have signed Will Bapaga, £1.6 million to bring him across from Coventry City. And James Horsfield is out of the club, off to the Swedish League. Kwame Thomas also out of the club, also off to a Nordic nation. I think Horsens is in the Swedish League as well, but Kwame Thomas has been sold for £280,000. So there we go, just really trying to get statement signings into the club, get the older players out of our starting 11 and replace them with players who are better and younger, really trying to future-proof this side, really trying to make sure that we are a world-class side in 8, 9, 10, 11 seasons time. But this is what the starting 11 is now looking like. Very good growth from a couple of players, but most notably, Nelson. Nelson has gone up to a 68 overall. Is this kid headed for the Hall of Fame in rebuilds? This is what we wanted to see. We are absolutely walking the league here in season number 2. Wrexham, just the one loss so far. We're on 69 points. Nice. But we are 19 points clear of Stockport and 21 points clear of Barrow. So we're looking very, very good here for promotion. Just because we're in a good position doesn't mean I want to take my foot off the gas. We are signing Tom Bayliss here for £2.2 million from Preston. And that's all we're going to do this transfer window. We have absolutely broken the bank there. Bayliss slotting straight into the midfield. Hopefully a few goals, a few assists for him in the second half of the season, and can secure that league title. We are going up. Say we are going up. Let's go, baby. We absolutely, what's that, 21 points or so? We win the league by 21 points. That's a trophy in the cabinet. Congratulations, Ryan Reynolds and Rob McElhenney. You've got some silverware, baby. Mr. Rebuild's doing it for you. But we are headed up to EFL League 2. Again, bottom of the table, Dover, Weymouth, Kings Lynn, same sort of side. Boreham Wood are headed up to League 2 alongside us after they take down Barrow on penalties. Hartlepool have stopped Yeovil from going back-to-back in the FA Trophy. Real Madrid win an El Clasico to win the Champions League. And Napoli have won the Carlo Ancelotti derby as they take down Everton on a penalty shootout. Also, just quietly, what a season from this guy. One of the players we started with, Jordan Ponticelli, has gone up 5 overall and has banged in 23 goals, leading us to promotion. Step 1, complete. Promoted up to EFL League 2. Now let's just keep putting our best foot forward, keep improving the side, and see how long this rise up the football pyramid takes. Kicking off season number 3, I was checking the free agents list, and I wanted to see if we could get some players to bolster up squad numbers when I stumbled upon this guy, Jeremias Framberger. Number 1, that's a pretty cool name. But number 2, this kid looks like an absolute stud. 69 overall, age 20. He's going to slot straight into our starting 11 with ease. But I also want to build out the squad depth, so we're going to hire a new scout. And we are going to send him to England. Again, I would probably send him to Wales, but I want to make sure that, because he's not a 5-star, he's going to get better results scouting his own nation. So let's send him for 6 months and see if we can find some decent talent to bolster the squad, or even jump straight into the starting lineup. But a big addition to our defense here, our first real signing for this transfer window, our first actual money we've spent, Matthias Ross into the club here from Ajax, the Dane defender, joining for £3 million. We are going to sign a backup striker here, however, Kwadwo Dua, the Swiss striker, joining us on a free transfer. And that is going to conclude what was a somewhat tame transfer window. Really need to bolster out the squad because I have sold a lot of players. We don't have a lot of reserves left, so I'm going to have to be a little bit strategic with all of this. But the starting 11 is looking mighty fine. That's the thing, like when we start down in the National League, and the fact that we didn't get promoted in Season 1, we've now entered League 2, and our side is borderline a championship competing like League 1 side. So I'm pretty excited for this season. I'm hopeful. I just want a lot of good stats to get the dynamic player potential in and just really create a lot of momentum. Going to promote our first player out of the youth academy, however, Arthur Tomlinson. Not sure what to expect from him, honestly. Let's go! It's not as comfortable as last season, but there is a little bit more wiggle room as the top 3 sides go up out of League 2, and we are looking very good for that so far. Currently 11 points clear in the promotion zone. Top of the league. Would love to get back-to-back promotions and back-to-back silverware. No business done in this January transfer window. Don't have much money to spend, so really just focusing on developing youth academy talent. All right, so we've got a few players in here. The 3 that are 16 and older, I will be promoting them to the starting side. Come on, lads! The Hollywood Revolution, the Mr. Rebuild Revolution. It is kicking and screaming as we have become Centurions in League 2 and have secured back-to-back promotions and will be up to the 3rd division next season. 16 points clear at the top of the table. Going down to the National League, however, are going to be Port Vale and Sutton United, who have been relegated. Arsenal have won the FA Cup. Manchester United have won the Carabao Cup. Oxford United emerge as champions of the EFL Trophy, or the Papa John's Trophy. And it will be Walsall who are joining us in League 1 next season. Bayern Munich have won a Champions League title, and Valencia take down Arsenal to win the Europa League. Ricky J. Jones, though, big season for him. 21 goals. Also got to give credit to Nelson, who's got himself 19 goals, 9 assists. And I've just clocked on then, Bayless got 21 assists. What the hell? It's all coming up Millhouse at Wrexham, lads. We are absolutely cleaning up right now, honestly. Going up to League 1. I was so torn between doing this or not, but I have decided to take the next step forward as we sell Jordan Ponticelli to Guadalajara in the Mexican League for £1.9 million. Also sending one of our youth academy players, Arthur Tomlinson, on a season-long loan to Bradford City. Opening up the checkbook, spending some of that Ryan Reynolds Deadpool money as we sign El Bilal Torre for £6.4 million from Stade de Reims. He's a big addition to the starting lineup, 74 overall, and I hope that the Milanese striker cleans up really in the goals tally here in League 1. Whilst Christian Dibble is headed to Northampton for £100,000. There we go, lads. The statement signing of Toure is really going to highlight this transfer window. Like I said, just got to cherry pick certain positions of the squad to improve once I've got that young core building up. Develop players, either keep them in the starting lineup, sell them on for a big profit, and go and sign other big name players. It's just the way it works around here. Toure, I'm so excited to see what you can do. But here's an update of how the side looks as we head into our maiden League 1 campaign. And honestly, signs are looking good. With a lot of the side, the mid-70s and above. Like, Jackson is 78. Surely, like, are we actually going to make it 3 championships in a row? I hope so. That would be nice. All right, going to promote the 2 final players from our youth academy to the side, Edmondson and Rudd. Let's see what they can do. Come on, Wrexham. We are making a splash here. 10 points clear at the top of League One. Hull City 10 points behind us. This is absolutely phenomenal. You love to see it. Come on, lads. 66 goals scored as well. This is ridiculous. But just because we are so strong at the top of the table right now does not mean I want things to stop. We can't get complacent. We are selling the Irish defender Kelleher to the Portuguese league for £4.5 million. Whilst Jamie Reckford is headed, or Jamie Record, don't know where I found the F from. Jamie Record is headed to Rochdale for £250,000. And Alfie Blackett is actually moving up the leagues, which is surprising. We're sending him on a loan to Bournemouth. And we are making a massive addition. Sepp van der Berg. He appreciates the objective. He understands the mission and the trajectory we are on. Sepp van den Berg is coming around to the club, coming down to Wrexham from Liverpool for £6 million, bruv. Let's go. Aston Crankshaw out of the club as well to Grimsby Town for the season on loan. Van den Berg for Kelleher is a massive swap. I am so happy to get the Dutchman into the side. Again, just trying to build up the side with younger, higher rated players. I am in love with this team so far. Let's see if we can make it 3 promotions in a row. Come on, we've done better than last year. Let's go, 20 points clear, 109 points, only 3 losses, this team, 66 goal differential. This team is special. 4 teams that are not too special, however. That was brutal of me to say, but Gillingham, Gillingham, Accrington, Stanley, Shrewsbury and Northampton all headed down, while Spurs have won the FA Cup. Liverpool win the Carabao Cup, and we have won the EFL trophy. Let's go, lads. We are filling up the trophy cabinet real quick. Coventry will be joining us in the championship next season. Bayern Munich go back-to-back as Champions League winners, and it is Atletico Madrid winning an all-Spanish Europa League final over Real Sociedad. Ricky Jade Jones, Nelson Torre, all of you, take a bow. 35 goals, 30 goals and 29. That is phenomenal. Not too many hurdles on our way up to the championship so far. We are into the 2nd division, but now things get serious. Now we take on some big clubs. Can we find ourselves a berth in the Premier League? Let's go find out. Kicking off season number 5 here, fellas. Max Cleworth. We're sending him out on a season-long loan to Torquay United. We really need to get some of these guys that have been here since day dot some serious growth. Otherwise, I'm going to have to sell them. And we have sold Daniel Jarvis here to the Turkish League. Weird fact, does anybody that was in the FIFA community in like FIFA 14, FIFA 15, FIFA 13, all that, remember DJ99? His name was Daniel Jarvis, the career mode YouTuber. If that's him, I'll shit the bed. And Aston Crankshaw is headed to the Austrian League on a season-long loan. I was in 2 minds. I was torn about this. Tom Bayliss, been great for us, but we have sold him here to Ajax for £28.2 million. I don't know if this is the right decision. We're going to find out. It really depends about who we replace him with and if we can find somebody good enough to replace him with, and if they turn into an absolute beast. Still not sure who I'm going to go for yet. We need to look at who's on the market, but we have sold Tom Bayliss to Ajax for £28.2 million. We've also sent another one of our players to the Dutch League. This time it is Jeffrey Rudd, headed to Heerenveen on a loan. Yep, I think we've done the right decision by selling Bayliss and going in for another midfielder. I could not believe it when I realized that Jude Bellingham was only 78 overall at this point. I was like, surely he'd be in the 80s by now, but Jude Bellingham is joining us here at Wrexham. He's coming across from Borussia Dortmund down to the championship, back in English football. Jude Bellingham signing for £36.5 million. Also going to sign a backup left back here, a young Brazilian left back, Juan Matheus Chiamalera Vaz, Brazilian left back. I'm hoping it's like the regen of like a Felipe Luis or a Marcelo, but welcome to Wrexham. So 2 big players into the side, most notably though Jude Bellingham. That is a massive addition to our midfield, and hopefully he plays a key role in a push for promotion to the Premier League. This is what the starting 11 is looking like now. A lot of these guys are absolutely killing it. A lot of these guys have already gotten past their potential. Like Pasquale, I'm pretty sure Pasquale's potential was only like 74, 75. Already 78, I've decided to give him the captain's armband. Papaga is up to an 82. Nelson to a 78. This is just absolutely phenomenal. The sky is the limit with this Wrexham side. Come on! I thought surely not, we wouldn't be able to dominate the championship like we did the National League, League 2, and League 1. But the trend continues. This team just continues to exceed every expectation that I have. And we are currently top of the championship, 10 points clear of Burnley and Nottingham Forest, and on track so far, touch wood, for a berth in the Premier League. I was tempted to try selling certain players in this transfer window, but I have decided to hold steady with the side we have and see if it is enough to get us up to the top flight. Are we headed to the Premier League? Let's find out. Ladies and gentlemen, Wrexham AFC, the Welsh club in National League football, will in season 6 be a Premier League team. We have finished top of the league again for what, the 4th successive year? Just 2 losses, 99 goals scored, 114 points. That is phenomenal. At the other end of the table, however, it is going to be Millwall, Cardiff City, and Portsmouth all headed down to League 1. Arsenal take down Wolves and win the FA Cup. Liverpool beat Man United and win the Carabao Cup. It is Nottingham Forest who will be joining ourselves and Burnley in the Premiership next season. It is a this would be insane, a Manchester derby in the Champions League final that comes down to a penalty shootout, with United coming out champion. And Real Madrid have won an all-Spanish Europa League final. Dude, Ricky Jade Jones, what is doing? Toure, our strikers cannot stop scoring. They have carried the team this season on the road to the top flight. I feel like missing out on promotion in season number 1 was a blessing in disguise, because it gave us another season to get the dynamic player potential installed into this team, and we have been unstoppable since then. Surely we're not going to win the Premier League in our first season. I think we're going to be straight into a relegation dogfight in season number 6. But we are headed to the Premier League with Wrexham AFC. Ryan Reynolds, Rob McElhenney, the blueprint is here. We're taking your boys to the Premier League. I honestly thought we were going to have more time with Matthias Ross in this rebuild, but the fact is, the squad has eclipsed him. The squad continues to grow. He's 77 rated, so we have sold the Danish defender to FC Augsburg. Got £20 million for him. Hopefully go find ourselves a decent upgrade to pair alongside Vandenberg. Jake Bickerstaff, one of our men from day one in the National League, has been sold. He's got all the way up the pyramid and he's going back down as he's headed to Notts County. We have found ourselves a new centre-back here. We have gone ahead and signed the young Brazilian defender, Vinicius Lucio Formido Paiva. I might just call him Vinicius. We've signed Vinicius from Alaves for £41.4 million, blowing a significant amount of our budget on him, and his value's gone down. It was like 32 when I signed him, but hopefully this kid is the regen of like Thiago Silva or something and can be an absolute gun for it. And we have sold the Polish goalkeeper David Szczepaniak to Maidenhead here for £105,000. All this money feels so insignificant compared to signing a big name like Vinicius, but Reece Hall-Johnson is headed to Wolfsberger AC in the Austrian League for £750,000. A lot of clubs, when they get promoted to the Premier League, have these massive spending sprees. They get the money from the playoffs and the championship, the TV money. Unfortunately, that doesn't exist in FIFA 21, so we've had to spend the majority of our money on Formido Paiva, but I'm still so excited to see what this kid can do to our backline, linking up with Vandenberg. And more importantly, I'm just excited to see what this Wrexham side can do in the Premier League. Again, I really don't know what to expect from this side. I don't know if we're a relegation side, a mid-table side, a Champions League. Like, I don't know what to expect from this first season in the Premier League with Wrexham. You look at players like, we've got Papaga, who's gone up to an 86. Pascali and Bellingham killing it. Our strikers are killing it. Certain areas need improving, but as a whole, the side is very well rounded. Maybe we need some depth in terms of the substitutes, but we'll suss out how we're going on the 1st of January and adjust accordingly. I don't know what to say about this team. We are in the title race. We are in a Champions League spot. On the 1st of January, our first season with Wrexham, and we are sitting 4th in the Premier League. I'm almost speechless. So we had a little bit of money in the back pocket left over from the opening window. I was debating about what to do, and I have elected to go and improve the substitutes, improve the bench. We're going to sign Emran Gedikli, the German striker, young striker, joining us here from Newcastle United for £14.7 million. And that is going to be the January transfer window done and dusted. Hopefully the Gedikli is going to be somebody that can grow in the background over the remainder of the rebuild. Either sell him on for a profit, have him on the bench, who knows. Let's just suss out though, if we can actually qualify for a Champions League spot. We missed out on Champions League football by 1 point, but I'm not even complaining. I am still grateful. We have finished 5th, meaning we are going to be playing Europa League football next season. Let's hope we don't do a Sheffield United and go from a great first season in the Premiership to just dead last and relegated. We're 5th in the Premier League. Spurs win the league. That's how you know FIFA's unrealistic. But we're in the Europa League. The 2 sides that came up with us, however, have had an absolute stinker, contrasting seasons as Wolves, Burnley and Nottingham Forest are all relegated. Another FA Cup to the trophy cabinet for Liverpool. Leicester have won the EFL Cup. Another El Clasico in the Champions League final as Barcelona emerged victorious this time. And it is Chelsea getting their hands on the Europa League. I'm genuinely so interested to see how we go into the Europa League next year. The goal for this season, it's always the goal when you're first in the Premier League, is to avoid relegation. We have smashed that with absolute ease. Now we're on a European adventure. Wrexham AFC, Europa League qualified. Let's see what season 7 has in store. He was an absolute gun for us in the first few seasons of his career, growing like a madman. It slowed up slightly, and I'm ready to abandon the Ben Jackson ship. Thank you for your service, son, but we are sending Ben Jackson to PSG here for a pretty good fee. £50 million, I'll take that. Also gonna sign, or sell I should say, Kwadwo Duarte, the Swiss striker, headed to Belgium, headed to Royal Antwerp for £1.9 million. And we have found the Ben Jackson upgrade, same age, +3 overall. Brandon Williams, the English wonder kid, joining us here from Chelsea for £74.6 million. That is a massive addition to the side, an endgame type player. Brandon Williams, welcome. Gonna look to get some free agents and regen players at areas where we need strengthening. Valeri Martinez Losa coming in for the right-hand side of the midfield. Max Clearworth officially sold to Notts County for £185,000. Also, this is a weird image to see, a Brighton doing their own sort of rebuild. But anyways, another free agent signing, Mario Moyano Jimenez, looks like an absolute gun. 76 overall, 20 years of age, absolute weapon. And Baltasar Madinha Estequio is joining us as well, a Brazilian midfielder, 72 overall, 20 years of age. Another nice addition to the side. But there we go, fellas, really focusing on that left back spot for this transfer window. Williams is a massive addition. Still got a little bit of money left over as well, so I'm going to really wait and see what happens in January. See if we're in a Champions League spot, because now that I know that Europa League is a minimum for us, we need to keep pushing and we need to hope for Champions League football. But this is what the team is looking like now. A few guys need to grow a little bit more. Nilsson's kind of stunted in his growth. Framberger as well, even Josipovic. Like, there's a few guys that are stunting a little bit, but I want to get the growth going. Our attack is killing it. Our midfield's killing it. And let's hope on the park we continue to kill it. Also, I'm not going to show you the whole Europa League, but we are in it this season. Here's our group. Very interested to see what we can do in that tournament. Okay, pause. This is the first adversity we have faced, it feels like, in the entire rebuild. 10th in our second Premier League season is good, but our ambition now is Champions League football. 10th is a step back. We haven't really regressed in this entire rebuild, but halfway through season number 7, we sit 10th. So I'm going to shake things up here. We are going to sell him. It is Jeremias Framberger headed to his home nation of Dortmund, as we've sold him for £45.2 million. Let's go get ourselves a monster signing at the right back spot. There it is, fellas. We have made a big upgrade to the right back spot, +2 overall. But when you get to this point of a rebuild, every overall counts. A world-class defender at this point. It is Jeremy Frimpong joining us from Newcastle United for just shy of £60 million. We're also going to use the little bit of money we had left in the transfer budget to sign a backup central defender, centre half, Nathan Wood, joining us here for 7.5 mil from Tottenham. So a defensively focused transfer window, Frimpong and Wood into the club, Framberger out of the club and off to Dortmund. Hopefully those signings can help us get our season back on track and back into European football. Also, I have zero intentions of signing this guy, but I saw him on the free agents list, and I've just got to say, what is their parents doing? Torby. Okay, brother. Right. Okay. I don't think we've made Europa League football for next season. Like, we're going to have to hope that certain teams kill it and have won the Champions League or have won certain cups or whatever, but we have finished 8th in the Premier League, which is a respectable finish for our club, but for our ambitions and compared to where we were last year, it's a real step back. Spurs have won themselves another Premier League title though, so fair play to them. That's back to back. West Ham, Leeds and West Brom are all relegated. Chelsea win the FA Cup and Spurs have absolutely annihilated Sheffield United 4-0 to win the Carabao Cup. Same as Barcelona. What is with these big results? Barcelona 4-0 over Bayern Munich, and it is Leicester City who have won the Europa League, meaning they'll be playing that. Actually, Leicester were 5th in the Prem, weren't they? And that means automatic. I think we're playing Europa League football next year. At least we'll be in the playoffs. Okay, not so bad. We did lose, however, to Lyon in the quarterfinals, which is respectable. They made it to the final, but quarterfinalists in the Europa League. So season 7, definitely a bit of a step back compared to what we've been used to in this rebuild to date. Need to get some big signings back into the club, need to get some big additions, and need to get ourselves back on track and pushing for Champions League football here in Season 8. We are coming out of the gates with an absolute bang here in Season number 8. We have sold Sepp Vandenberg to Hertha Berlin here. Really need to shake up this squad. Hertha Berlin, Sepp Vandenberg, £68.2 million. Also going to sell or send Vaz on a season-long loan to West Ham in the Championship, I think they are now. And old mate Baltazar is headed to Fulham on loan. Callum Huxley, one of the final remaining starting players, is headed to another Welsh club, headed to Newport County for £100,000. And we have signed our Vandenberg replacement, an upgrade in all honesty. It is Ozan Kabak, the Turkish defender, joining us here from Lazio for £87.7 million. So focusing just on the defense, again, you might have noticed a trend. I'm really trying to just sign one big player in the opening window, save money, see what we're looking like, because we're not in that spot right now, obviously, where we have guaranteed Champions League football. A lot of variables to contend with here at Wrexham. So Kabak in, Vandenberg and Huxley out. Let's go see what we can do in this 8th season. But first, a look at the squad. Honestly, we've got to surely be playing Champions League football next year. We've got to qualify, man. Few players might look to upgrade in January, though. Nelson needs to pick it up. Formido needs to pick it up. Josipovic needs to pick it up. Even Jones. I mean, he has been injured, but few guys need to get it done. That's more like it, lads. That is what we want to see. We are 3rd in the Premier League right now with Wrexham. Spurs are just absolutely killing it. I don't know what they're putting in the water there in North London, but they are killing it in this video. But it is Wrexham, 3rd right now. Need to hold on and go even further. Push for potentially a title at the back end of the season. So I have decided to continue upgrading the reserves here. We noticed we had an injury to Jones, so we've had our striker playing a lot more, our reserve one. I want to make sure the starting lineup has some insurance to it. So, Torben Moraine, the German midfielder, joining us here from Nice for £12 million. And that's going to conclude proceedings here in the January transfer window. I've had so much head noise, so many squirrels in my head saying, like, should I be selling certain players? Like, I'm at that point where players, it's like, do we continue developing certain guys, or do we let them be and release them to the world and use the money to upgrade? We're at that critical crossroads of the rebuild. Hopefully the decision to keep guys in the club doesn't cost us this window. Let's secure Champions League footy. Get in there, lads. What a second half of the season. Come on, Wrexham. Our highest finish in club history as we finish 2nd in the Premier League, only 5 points behind Tottenham, who have won another Premier League title. But the good news is Champions League football coming to Wales in season number 9. At the other end of the spectrum, however, Wolves go back down again to the Championship alongside Nottingham Forest and Derby County, who have almost broken their own record for the worst ever Premier League season. We have lost the FA Cup final 2-1 to Chelsea. That hurts the soul. And Chelsea have also won another domestic honour as they take down Arsenal to win the Carabao Cup. Dortmund have won the Champions League here, whilst it is Valencia defeating Hertha Berlin. So Sepp Vandenberg made it to a Europa League final, but Valencia won the Europa League, whilst we actually regressed in the Champions League this season, getting eliminated 4-3 to AS Monaco in the round of 16. Toure and Jones banging in the goals though this season. You love to see it, 30 goals apiece. Let's hope that continues. Super excited about Champions League football coming to Wrexham here in season number 9, however. Come on, I want to see if we can push for a Premier League title as well. It's been rough trotting for a little while, but let's crack on. Season number 9, Champions League time. Oh, I felt bad about this, but had to do it. Had to remember the rules. Don't get butthurt if I sell your favorite player. Got to remember not to do that myself. Renato Josipovic, been here from day one. Our first signing. It feels wrong, but we need an upgrade in between the sticks. Josipovic is headed to Leicester City for £60 million. And in response, we have signed his replacement, and in all honesty, his upgrade. We have signed a regen goalkeeper here, Nitu Clemenza, the Italian shot stopper, joining us for £114 million from AC Milan. Not sure who's regen, maybe Buffon's regen? Not too sure, but Clemenza, 89 rated, looks like an absolute weapon. So it is a window focused on the keepers. Clemenza in, Josipovic out, big money spent, and hopefully big results come from. The side just looks so much more rounded with Clemenza in. Need Nelson and Formido to kind of pick it up as well, but besides those guys, the side is virtually all in the 90s, if not probably going to hit the 90s this season, which is ridiculous. Pasquale, our captain, Pasquale, the Australian, arguably at this point you would say he's the best Australian player to ever lace up the boots. 90 rated, you got Bellingham in there, Frimpong's close, Papaga's flown under the radar, all rebuild long, 92 overall. This is wild. But we are finally in the Champions League this season, been placed into Group H, and we have been absolutely stitched up with our group. Barcelona, Lyon, and Salzburg. This is going to be a scrap. This is really going to show what we're made of and really show what sort of a season to expect. Let's get to simulating in 3, 2, 1. Maybe not. Maybe not a scrap. We don't lose a single game. We only concede 3 goals. That is phenomenal. Ourselves in Barcelona are through to the round of 16. We could honestly be on here, lads. We could be on this season. But it is not an easy opponent by any stretch of the imagination in the round of 16, as we have been drawn to face Bayern Munich in the last 16 of the Champions League. We are, however, top of the Premier League table this season, 47 points. It's very tight between ourselves, virtually all the way through. I mean, we're top now, but only 4 points separate ourselves and 5th place Liverpool. For me, I want to win the Premier League title, but I just want to make sure we qualify for the Champions League if we're unable to win it this year. I am going to turn a few heads here, cause a few upset people, I can tell, but we have decided to part ways with El Bilal Toure, who is headed to Chelsea. He has absolutely killed it for us in his time at Wrexham, but I just want to get an end game player. If we win the Champions League this season, we need just some, like, the best of the best in the world. Bilal Toure is almost there, but there's a few names that still eclipse him. £170 million as well. Could not turn that down. Remember when I said there was a few names that would eclipse him? Yep, we've signed one of them. Haaland, the absolute king of Norway. Erling Haaland. Haaland, coming to Wrexham as we sign him for 180 million. I was trying to make it link up with that song, but we've signed Haaland, 180 million pounds. I'm feeling a little bit loopy here. This rebuild has gone on for a long time, but we're signing somebody that could help us potentially bring it to an end. Haaland into the club, joining the Ryan Reynolds Hollywood revolution. Erling Haaland, I'm so excited to see what you can do for us. The Terminator himself. Let's crack on as we take on Bayern. It is time, fellas. Our first experience of Champions League knockout football. Of course, we've had a little bit of experience with knockout round football in the Europa League, but the Champions League is a whole different ball game. We're traveling to the Allianz Arena in Munich to take on Bayern for the first leg here. We're going to simulate, and the scoreline is going to be a 2-all draw. 2 away goals on the board. You love to see it. We have the advantage. Bayern, it would be nice if it was a 2-0 win, obviously, but 2 away goals is a decent start. The equation is very simple. Keep a clean sheet, we go through to the quarters. A 1-all draw, through to the quarters. 2-all draw goes to extra time. We just need to make sure our defense steps up as we are at home here. Bayern Munich traveling to Wales as they take us on here. This scoreline in leg number 2 is going to be a 3-1 win. Come on, we're through to the quarters and full of confidence. And it will be another journey to Germany here as we have been drawn up against Bayer Leverkusen in the Champions League quarterfinals. It's really, besides Juventus and Real Madrid, it is all English and German teams remaining. That is wild. We are on the road for the first leg, however, once again, traveling to Germany, and you guys know the equation. Away goals are what we need. Away goals are what we want. We're going to simulate against Leverkusen. We do get an away goal, but it's a 1-all draw. We get ourselves an away goal with Nelson there in the 9th minute, so we do have the advantage. But it's not the biggest advantage in the world, is it? We turned it on in the home leg against Bayern Munich. We're going to need to turn it on again here. Like I said last time, I gave you the spiel against Bayern. We need a clean sheet. A 0-0 draw gets us through to the Champions League semi-finals. Let's stop fluffing around and get into it. Leverkusen, the second leg. Are we through to the Champions League semi-finals? No, we are not. Wow. We have been absolutely romped there. I think we got a 3-1 win against Bayern Munich in the second leg last time. Well, Leverkusen have done that to us. Despite a red card there to Matthias Cunha, Bayer Leverkusen take us down 3-1. And that is a shock exit from the Champions League in the quarterfinals here in Season 9. We miss out on a maiden Premier League title by 1 point. And once again, we are the brides for season number 9. 1 point behind Liverpool. At least, I mean, silver lining, Champions League qualification, that's the most important thing. But I want a Premier League title so bad here with this Wrexham side. Leeds, Southampton, and Burnley all relegated, however. At least we've got some silverware. We have won the FA Cup on a penalty shootout over Everton. That would have been an absolutely insane game. But we win the FA Cup, and that is nice. Opening up the trophy cabinet again. We could have had double trouble this season, but again, Liverpool, they're making us feel like the bridesmaid. Liverpool beat us 2-1 to win the Carabao Cup. Dortmund have gone back-to-back in the Champions League as, I mean, Leverkusen, fair play to Leverkusen, they made it all the way to the final, but Dortmund have won 2-1. German domination. All 4 teams in European finals this year are German. VfL Wolfsburg taking down Schalke. They must have had a bit of a rebuild there, but Schalke losing 2-0 to Wolfsburg as they win the Europa League. So there we go, lads. This season was really a story of so close, but yet so far. We need to keep making tweaks to the side, need to set ourselves up for season number 10 and have another bite to the cherry. Season number 10, we consider ourselves a challenger in the Champions League. You expect us to come out of the gates and make a 100, 200 million pound signing. Nope. Graham Metcalf headed to Solihull for £260,000. So I really want to focus on making sure the insurance policy is. I know I bang on about it from time to time, but I love a strong bench in a rebuild. We're going to go ahead and sign ourselves potentially the first Welsh signing we've made all video long. Rabbi Matondo, the Welsh wonder kid, joining us here from Udinese, £61 million, which is a lot of money for a backup midfielder, but it's a good insurance policy to have. I had to do it, lads. We needed ourselves a backup goalkeeper, And it just feels wrong if we don't have Renato Josipovic in the squad. So, our new backup goalkeeper, we have signed Renato Josipovic for £52.1 million from Leicester City. I think it was 60 million I sold him for, so we actually made money by selling him and bringing him back. But Josipovic, welcome back to Wrexham. It feels right. So that is going to be the window done and dusted. A lot of money spent on 2 players, but 2 key positions we needed some insurance in. Matondo and Josipovic into the club. Metcalf out of it. Let's go see what the team is now looking like. I'm getting a little weirdly emotional looking at this side, lads. Like, there's so many players that we signed in our first few seasons when we were in the absolute cellars of English football that are now some of the best in the world. Pasquale, our captain, 91 rated, been here since season number 1. Papaga, Nelson, all these sorts of guys have been here since the early days and are absolutely killing it. But our starting side is just cooked. What's that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 of our starting 11 players are in the 90s. And there's a fair chance that some of them, like Kabak, might get to the 90s this season. Maybe not Nelson or Vinicius, but I'm just in love with this Wrexham team. So we are in the Champions League, of course, once again, looking to get back to and further from where we were last season. This is the group we've been tied up against or drawn up against. Salzburg, again, can't leave them, but Inter and Marseille are our other group opponents. Definitely a lot more manageable of a prospect compared to Barcelona. So we've actually done worse this season than last in the group stages, but I mean, that's not a bad campaign at all. 0 losses, top of the group, ourselves and Inter Milan comfortably into the last 16. All I do is verse German teams. Leipzig this time around in the round of 16. Not Leverkusen, not Bayern Munich, Leipzig. In our entire club, like literally, Wrexham's entire club history of 100 plus years, they've only versed German teams in the Champions League knockout rounds. I mean, when you look deeper, you'll find that this is the 3rd time, but another German side. That's the point I'm playing at. I really want a Premier League title this season. I really want it. Currently sitting in the spot we finished last season, which is 2nd, 45 points, 1 point behind Manchester United. Didn't have a boatload of money to spend this season in the January transfer window, but I have elected to again improve the bench. A young Englishman, or not a young Englishman at this point, 27-year-old Taylor Harwood-Bellis is joining us here from Aston Villa. We've signed him for £27.2 million. That's the January window done and dusted. Hopefully, won't ever have to call upon Harwood-Bellis, but it's really a peace of mind signing, isn't it? Anyways, Leipzig, let's hopefully take it down. All we do is get away legs first. I mean, don't get me wrong, I'm not complaining, but it's another away leg first as we travel to Leipzig here to take on RB Leipzig, Red Bull Leipzig. Let's see if we can get ourselves off to a decent start. As we quick sim the first leg, the scoreline is a 2-1 win. Nelson with a brace, João Pedro an early goal for them. But we have 2 away goals on the board. It's nice to not tire the away leg. It's nice to actually win an away leg 2-1. So the advantage is in our hands. Leipzig have to score 2 goals, otherwise they're no chance. That's a great position to be in. We're going to get into it. The second leg, hopefully securing ourselves a spot in the Champions League quarterfinals for the 2nd straight season. Yes, we do! 1-0! Come on! Come on, I love the away goal. I love it. That's why I'm going to miss the away goal. Damn you UEFA, you bastards. Why'd you take out the away goal? I'm so happy that we've still got it this year. João Pedro scores an away goal for them, but we go through on away goals rule. Okay, so 2 frames of mind. We aren't versing a German team. Nice. But we're versing Real Madrid. Not so nice. So we do have the home leg up first here. A change of pace. So, clean sheet. Please give me a clean sheet. That's all I'm after right now. First leg at home against Real Madrid. The scoreline is a 1-0 win. Come on, lads. Clean sheet. Jones with the goal. That's a good start. Obviously, I mean, I'm not gonna go overboard about it, but I would have loved like a 4-0 win, but at least it's a clean sheet. If we do manage to get ourselves an away goal here, nice and early especially, that is going to give us a monster advantage as we get into the second leg here against Real Madrid. This is where we got eliminated last year, the quarterfinals. Can we get over the hurdle and make it to the semi-finals for the first time in club history? Yes, we can! First time in club history. Cut myself off with the result, but we take down Real Madrid 2-1, a 3-1 aggregate scoreline. Thankfully, Rodrigo missed that penalty in the 33rd minute, but Nelson and Jones, two of the early boys, getting us the goals. So the semi-finals have been drawn. It's an all-Spanish affair between Atletico Madrid and Real Sociedad, whilst it's an all Premier League affair because it's Wales versus England as we take on Tottenham in the Champions League semi. So we are headed up to North London for the first clash here, the first leg of the Champions League semi-finals. Desperately hoping for an away goal. Need a few players to really pick it up in this simulation. A lot of people not scoring too many goals, but let's see if we can get ourselves some away goals on the board as we get into the first leg. The scoreline is a 2-2 draw. Haaland with a brace. We absolutely don't. I mean, look at those stats. 2 shots for them and 2 goals, which is not great. Also, is that Nicolas Pepe? A few Arsenal fans wouldn't be too happy about that one, but Haaland gets us a brace and we have a narrow advantage on away goals rule. This is uncharted, unfamiliar territory for us here at Wrexham. It's a club record best of the Champions League semi-final. We have the advantage. Please, 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 a clean sheet. That would be absolutely brilliant. Need Kabak and Co to step up as we get into the second leg at home. This scoreline is a very, very boring 0-0 draw. And that is fine by me because that means that Wrexham are headed to the Champions League final to face either Atletico Madrid or who's the other? Real Sociedad, one of those teams. Okay, this is interesting. This is a nice change. Normally we get to rebuild finals, it feels like we verse the same 5 to 10 teams, but we are versing Real Sociedad in the 2030 Champions League final, and I mean, they must have done some good business. Hopefully they still don't have Oyarzabal, but versus Sociedad. Taking a look around the grounds at the other competitions, however, Mönchengladbach win the Europa League on penalties. We've won the Premier League! Yes! We have won the Premier League title with Wrexham. We absolutely wiped the floor. Weren't Man United leading at the start of the season? I went tripping out. I swear Man United were leading. They must have had an epic collapse in the second half of the season, but we finished 11 points clear at the top of the Premier League table and have finally won a Premier League title with Wrexham. 3 clubs from the Midlands headed down, however. Aston Villa, West Brom and Wolves down in the Championship. Unfortunately, we can't add a Community Shield to our title this season, to our trophy cabinet this season, as Liverpool win 1-0. Chelsea have won the FA Cup and we have lost again to Liverpool in a cup final, losing the Carabao Cup final on penalty. But anyways, fellas, we are going to have a look at the squad report here ahead of the Champions League final between ourselves and Real Sociedad. I'm so excited to use this team. I'm very excited to use the attackers as well. I mean, like I do with these monster rebuilds, I put development plans on these guys all throughout the rebuild, and a lot of our attackers are 5-star, which just makes them absolutely cracked. So hopefully it's going to be a good day out, and hopefully we can get ourselves a good result, and most importantly, come away as Champions League winners. This rebuild so far has been absolutely ridiculous to work on. We've had a meteoric rise up the footballing pyramid here in England, but there is one step remaining, and that is to take Wrexham, the Hollywood Wrexham, to a Champions League title. Can we make Wrexham champions of Europe? We're about to find out. Champions League final time. Wrexham versus Sociedad. Let's get into it. the promised land, the Champions League final. Let's get underway and deliver Wrexham a Champions League title. Nicely won. See if we can get something cooking here. Bellingham going there. Bapaga, yeah, get the 1-2. Good, we caught them flat-footed. Sending it early. Back post. There it is. Jones gets us off to the perfect lead. That is a sexy goal as well. That is absolutely phenomenal footy there. What a delivery from Bapaga. These Sociedad defenders just feel half a step slower. But we have got ourselves a lead here in the Champions League final. Come on, let's see if we can do something again. I see you. Haaland, good stuff to Bellingham. Would have loved an extra bit of pace. I see you back post again. He's there again. Oh, he scores again. What a... Bapaga and Jones. What a love story this is. Sue, let's go. What a ball. What a finish. This team is cooked. This team is just different gravy. A third goal before halftime would be good. Haaland. Go in there, overlapping run, Haaland bangs it, first time, forces the save. Can't leave the door open, Sanchez going here, 2 yards of ball, that's silly defense from me, good tackle though. Maybe a counter-attack here. Needs something to open, I'm just going to keep running here with Nelson until something hopefully opens. Nelson, running, going himself, I didn't want to go there, but it's Haaland. Haaland scores! I wanted to go to Jones. But in hindsight, it's worked out brilliantly that it's ended up with Haaland because the Terminator himself is on the score sheet. We're killing it. Just don't give them anything. We've been bad at defense sometimes. Don't lunge in. Defend. They get the shot. Oh my God, I thought they scored there. I thought they scored. Fourth goal surely would put the ice on top. Jones, yeah, 1-2. What is this defense from them? Keeper off the line. 4-0. Come on! That is brilliant. That defense from them is not brilliant, but that chip is brilliant on its own right. It's a hattie. Got to stop them anything here on the free kick. Ball coming in. They win the header, and it saves, luckily, straight in the hands of Clemenza. We've really had a lot of momentum in the past few moments here, Sociedad. Thankfully, it might be a... Stay from Clemenza. We're getting a good corner, though. Would absolutely love a clean sheet here. Get it away, please. Come on. Header that one, header it, wins the header. And that's going to be full time, ladies and gentlemen. Oh my God, we have done it. 10 seasons. This rebuild has taken it out of me mentally, not physically, but mentally. But we are champions of Europe with Wrexham AFC. Ladies and gentlemen, if you enjoyed today's rebuild, please leave a like on the video. Oh my God, we've done it for you boys. We've done it. It's been Jared HD here. Enjoy the title celebrations. I'm out. Peace.